there's been a lot in the media about how our administration we've cut research. I will say this, research like you see behind us and research that truly puts farmers first remains paramount. It has not been cut. If it has, I've asked all these farmers in this Michigan State community and others to let me know. We will ensure it remains a priority. The research that has been cut is a lot of what you all probably were tracking last year when DOGE came in, the Department of Government Efficiency, and helped us identify research like studying the menstrual cycles of transgender mice. You cannot make this up. Studying racism in the pesticide community. So I guess cockroaches suffer racism. I don't know. There was a research grant that went to the queer and BIPOC farmers that live in San Francisco. These are real. This actually was money that the taxpayers were funding, that the former USDA was moving out into the countryside. We absolutely have cut those funds, but instead we've moved a lot of that focus, and that was one of my top priorities coming into USDA, was putting our farmers and ranchers first and setting aside any social justice agenda that was focused on things that had nothing to do with agriculture. So that's how I'd answer that. More to come on that as we move into the hearing on Thursday, and we'll be going into more details. One more.
Yes. Secretary Rollins, thank you very much. What are your thoughts on the president's proposed budget cuts to USDA, and particularly eliminating some programs like agribility that helps really vulnerable farmers? Could you give us some thoughts on that, please?
Well, to be very clear, that program was a vestige, as I mentioned, kind of building on my last answer. That program was a vestige of the last U.S. Department of Agriculture that the cows agree with me. You all hear them mooing. That just started, by the way. But that program was based on skin color. It was based on immigrant status, not putting America or American farmers first. That program was based on social justice values that this administration just does not align with. And so we have incredible programs for first generation farmers, for young farmers. In the One Big Beautiful Bill, the Working Family Tax Cuts Act, we extended the young farmer definition from 5-year to 10-year to allow any vulnerable farmers that are American citizens and not judged by the color of their skin or their immigrant status. So those programs remain in effect, but those that do not align with our, and we believe the American people, the majority of the American people's ideas of what putting America first looks like. So we thank you all so much. It's really great to be here, and more to come on all of this. I want to thank Congressman Barrett and his incredible leadership in representing this wonderful part of America, and what an honor it is to be here. Thank you all so much. Thank you. So I don't have those talking points in front of me, but let me tell you this. The misinformation in the media, there is no closing of the Forest Service. We are moving it out of Washington, D.C. We are re-headquartering it in Salt Lake City, where it can be closer to the forest that it actually serves and the people that those forests serve, most importantly. We have spent about a year ensuring that while we're reorganizing the U.S. Department of Agriculture, there is no reason to have thousands upon thousands of people based in Washington when you are the USDA. You're representing agriculture, you're representing rural America, and you're representing the forest. And so for anyone that digs a little bit deeper, we have a lot of information online. I'm not aware of any, quote, offices we're closing in Michigan.
In the Upper Peninsula, in the Huguenot Peninsula, are going to be reassigned to potentially offices on the East Coast, is what we're hearing.
That's incorrect. There is no one in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan that's getting reassigned to the East Coast.
There's an office that's closing in Hilton, Michigan.
So any offices that are closing, I don't have that one in front of me, but any offices that are closing, it's usually because they are, the rent is way too high and there's so much work that needs to be done. And so we consolidated offices. USDA has 4,500 offices in America. 4,500. That is an incredible number. Now, most of those, I'd say probably a super majority of those are important and necessary, especially as we're interacting with farmers. But ensuring that, again, the U.S. Forest Service is there to serve the people that use the forest, to manage the timber, to ensure that we can control our wildfires. By the way, last year, one of the hottest seasons on record, we had the best result for wildfires that we've had in decades. And there's a lot of policy reasons behind that I don't have time to get into. But as we're looking to close certain offices, it is not to relocate people to the East Coast. What I will do is follow up directly so that I can give you a full and robust answer on the specific office that you're talking about. So Alec, you'll make sure that we can be in touch, and we'll make sure we share that with you guys too. Okay, thank you for the chance to talk about that. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you.